Seedance 2.0 Mini is officially launched and live inside of Higgsfield, guys. And in this videos, I burned a ton of credits already, testing and comparing all Seedance 2.0 models, so you have an informed decision of which to use when, based on its strength as well as weaknesses. I also will run through the different full pricing breakdown, and I will share with you the test that I did against Kling 3.0 to identify whether this is a good replacement, is it a cheap replacement, and I share with you my actual test side by side on a live Facebook ads that I've created across all three models, and finally at the end, I'll share with you my thoughts on the different video model usage. So the very first thing that I did, guys, was I used one master prompt, same prompt across all three different models, as you guys can see. On the left-hand side, this is Seedance 2.0, 720p, all of them, so it's equal. This is Seedance 2.0 Fast in the middle. And on the right-hand side is Seedance 2.0 Mini, which is their most newest and latest model. At the very bottom, you can see the differences in credits already. The most hyper-realistic, their best model is 68 credits for 15 seconds generation. 2.0 Fast is about 53 credits, and Seedance 2.0 Mini is only 38 credits, guys, which is almost less than half of their main format. Okay, so let's just look at the difference. Let's start with this. Their best model.
I'm not real. The man you're watching is AI. Every blink, every pore, generated. And I use this exact face to do something that should be impossible.
Okay, as expected, this is their best, most hyper-realistic model in the market. It's expensive, but it's always worth it because the quality is good. Now let's see the Seedance 2.0 Fast. Let it play again.
I'm not real. The man you're watching is AI. Every blink, every pore, generated. And I use this exact face to do something that should be impossible.
All right, not bad as well. You can already see that between Seedance 2.0 and 2.0 Fast, it's a little bit more cinematic, but the hyper-realism still is better at the original Seedance 2.0. Last but not least, let's look at Seedance 2.0 Mini.
The man you're watching is AI. Every blink, every pore, generated. And I use this exact face to do something that'd be impossible. I'm not real. The man you're watching is AI.
So from a glance, we can already see that the hyperrealism is not there. It's a little bit more on the plastic side, right? So maybe for animations, this will work well, but honestly, it still looks pretty good for its cost. When it came to this scene, it actually looks pretty acceptable, but as it plays, it started to hallucinate. Look at the face. This part is still okay, so effects, everything looks good. A little bit plastic, but still looks good. This is where it starts to hallucinate quite a fair bit. And this is my first test, and already it hallucinates. But if we look at the effect, it's actually really not bad, guys. So there is a place and time for Seedance 2.0. And if you look at the difference in credit cost, it's almost half, or rather 30 credits less than Seedance 2.0, their original model, right? And effects looks freaking amazing, okay? So I just did a quick test to quickly see if it's even worth for me to test. And you can already see that there is significant differences in quality, but it might make up because of the low cost, right? In case you're curious, guys, the way that I did this test is I created a Claude skill where I just share it, my script and idea. It gives me 3 different concepts to choose from, and automatically it gives me the entire prompt that you can copy and paste, and this was the end result, guys, okay? It literally took me 5 minutes. If you want my Claude skill that essentially can do this for you, that's designed for Seedance 2.0, just comment skill down below, and I'll send it to you for free, okay? My name is Alwi Baturilan, and I'm the creator, owner, and founder of AI Authority Engine, where I teach you guys how to build a hyper-realistic AI twins or avatars. We are essentially one of the fastest growing AI school communities, and also named by school themselves as one of the best-selling platforms. We're also the only AI school with a live case study where I built a hyper-realistic avatar that went from 0 to 10 million views on Facebook in 30 days and about 5 million views on a brand new account in a couple of days, guys, okay? So I documented everything, the stats, the analytics, my process, all that stuff. If you'd like to join us, just look at the first link down below, okay? So if you log into Higgsfield and navigate under videos and Seedance, you'll start to see Seedance 2.0 Mini labeled as new as well as exclusive. I'm not sure about the exclusive part because other platforms also claim to be exclusive, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But fundamentally, guys, in the past, we did not have 2.0 Mini until today. What we did have was Seedance 2.0, which is the best ultimate hyper-realistic model. If you saw any AI video that looks so freaking cool, so freaking good and well put together, chances are it's created by Seedance 2.0. And Seedance 2.0 Fast is supposed to be like the testing model that generates faster, but it's not worth the difference of 5 to 10 credits between the 2.0. And traditionally, the industry uses this as a test for their prompts before they actually build it on 2.0, which doesn't freaking make sense to me because we can literally use ChatGPT-2 to build out the storyboard of our prompt and from there decide whether this is something that we can straight away run with Seedance 2.0, okay? So for me personally, I always build a storyboard first so I know what is going to be shown in my prompt and immediately I just jump to Seedance 2.0, okay? Just to share with you guys what is the fundamental difference here, okay? Now let's look at the pricing, guys, because this is where it makes the biggest difference. We're going to look at Seedance 2.0 Mini versus Fast versus 2.0. And right out of the gate, guys, you can already see why there's going to be much more buzz around Mini because Seedance is by far one of the best and ultimate video model out there, okay? And the fact is that it is almost 3 to 4 times cheaper than 2.0 is quite a good win for us. So if you look at 480p, for example, and by the way, guys, the credit cost might be different. This is based on my plan. I'm on a Higgsfield Ultra plan, so it might be slightly different. But on a 5 seconds, it's only 5 credits. And 10 seconds is 10, 15 is 15. So basically at a 480p, it's basically 1 credit per session. Now, if we compare it against, let's just say a 480p and 2.0, you can see it is 3 times more expensive. From 5, it became 15. From 10, it became 30. 15 became 45, okay? So you can already see, guys, there is a significant difference. And if we look at 720p, for example, let's just look at 15 seconds, 720p for Mini, it's 38. And on 2.0, it's 68, guys, almost 30 credits more. So actually, Seedance 2.0 Mini is really very much cheaper than the rest, okay? We don't even have to compare Fast because it's too close to one another already, okay? So from a cost effectiveness, Seedance 2.0 Mini is definitely cheap, okay? Now, the cheaper model isn't even Mini actually, guys, because, you know, all of us know that Kling 3.0 delivers superior quality at the lowest price possible, okay? So when I compare Seedance Mini, new pricing in terms of Higgsfield credit versus 3.0, even though Mini is already a lot cheaper right now, you can see at a 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, Kling 3.0 beats them flat by 30% and above, okay, which is crazy because before Seedance Mini launch, it means that Kling was at least 50% cheaper than Seedance, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And the ultimate difference here is just the resolution that you can output, okay? So just to put it into perspective, it won't be realistic for everyone to just use Seedance for their AI videos, especially if you're doing this for your personal self and if you're doing this at scale. So Kling 3.0 is still by far the most cost-effective, reliable, and very good quality video, okay? But there is a place on when to use them both, and I'll share that in a bit. Now, fundamentally, guys, the next thing that we want to look at is the specs across all of them. This is Mini, this is Fast right here, 2.0, and then Kling 3.0. So the maximum resolution across the board, Seedance, Mini, and Fast, maximum is 720p. That's as far as it goes. 2.0 at this current state can only go up to 1080p. And for Kling, essentially they can go all the way up to 4K, which is awesome news. But 4K does cost a little bit of credits. So honestly, 1080p for Kling is more than good. And if you look at the frame rate perspective, which renders the smoothness, the effects, the animation, all that kind of stuff, essentially Kling 3.0 would be 60 frames per second because they can go up to 4K. Native audio doesn't matter. Multi-shot here, you will see across all Seedance, it says basic, and for Kling 3.0 is about 6 cuts because there is a difference between how this tech works. For Seedance, the good thing about Seedance, guys, all you need to do is include the seconds or the scenes inside the prompt. That's why it says basic, but it's so sharp, so smart. Okay, like my prompt earlier that I showed you guys right here, essentially you will see things like 0 to 1 seconds, frame 0, what's happening. Then 1 seconds to 4 seconds, what's happening. So this is one of the superpower of Seedance that actually works so well because you can give it and break it down based on a storyboard types of setting. For Kling 3.0, I actually tested this and I'll share with you guys later. It did not perform well. For Kling, you actually need to continuously have either the start frame, end frame, or make sure you have the different images that you want to animate, okay? It doesn't work well on a second space. Identity lock, as we established for Seedance, all of of it performed relatively well, even though Mini was a little bit animated-ish. And for Kling, I already know if your base image is not strong, or if you're not feeding it exactly what to animate, you'll get all sorts of hallucination. Bottom line is, for an AI twin or faceless avatar, honestly, Kling 3.0 works, especially if you're doing UGC or podcast style. But if you want to create like animations, effects, like what I've shared over here, right? You know, all these cool transitions and things like that, Seedance will definitely outperform in this space, okay? The other thing is like use cases, right? When do we actually want to use Seedance and when do we actually want to use Kling, right? So in this example, these are two of my real ads that I've created. Left-hand side over here is created with Kling 3.0 4K, which cost me about 90 credits per 15 seconds. It was my first Kling 4K video when they launched. And on the right-hand side, I actually used Seedance 2.0 1080p. So we're going to watch the differences so that we can understand, so that I can share with you when to use which model best, okay? So starting with this.
I am not real. Not one pixel of what you are seeing is human. But 2.5 million views and 13,000 followers on a brand new account with 0 ads, that is very real. And that should stop you right there.
Okay, so I won't play the full thing, but just to show you guys the quality, the speech is on point, 0 hallucination, everything looks really, really good. It's because Kling 3.0 works very well when you are feeding it the reference, and it works even better if there's no changes in scenes and things like that. If you did wanted changes in scenes, then you have to make sure that you are feeding it with the source image so that it can pull a reference. Without a reference, it's actually very hard for Kling to imagine what the scenes would be like, okay? So in terms of podcast style speaking videos, in terms of UGC and single scenes, Kling 3.0 does the job absolutely brilliantly at the lowest cost possible, okay? So now let's look at Seedance, and I'll walk you guys through why I use Seedance for this.
Don't scroll, just watch this for a second. Everything you're about to see, every frame of it, is not real. And neither am I. This face, this place, the light, the detail, all of it, built from nothing. No camera ever turned on. And somehow it looks more real than half the videos in your feed right now. This is what's possible.
So this is a superpower of Seedance to me, guys. I essentially use this same reference image right here, okay? And that's all I gave Seedance, following this kind of prompt where it breaks down seconds by seconds. And based on this video, you can see even those transitions
Is not
from different outfits and things like that, it was all just in the prompts and it just fed off a single image. So that's how powerful Seedance is. So when it comes to animations, effects, or videos like this where it's changing scenes, it's changing clothes, but still maintaining the character, honestly guys, Seedance 2.0 works best, okay? So just like this, for effects, special effects, things that's only limited to your imagination, Seedance 2.0. But if it's going to be static, single placement, single place, most cost-effective, Kling 3.0 does the job absolutely brilliantly, okay? So what I did was I decided to do another test, this time using this video ad that I did with 2.0. I used the same prompts that I used to create this.
Don't scroll, just watch.
Which is the video that we just saw. And this time, I thought, let me try and put it into fast, Seedance 2.0 fast, and Seedance 2.0 mini, just to see if we get a different result versus the first one that we did in terms of quality, right? We established earlier that with my AI twin, the Seedance 2.0 mini was a little bit plastic in certain scenes. So I was wondering whether it's just because I had a bad first generation, but let's check it out, okay? So this was the original, we just watched it. This is 2.0 fast.
Not real. And neither am I. Don't scroll, just watch this for a second. Everything you're about to...
Okay, so we already know that Seedance 2.0 fast is not bad at all as well, honestly, from a realism. But the difference in cost, 68 versus 53, doesn't make sense to me, guys. Unless you're really on a budget, it might make sense for you to use Seedance 2.0 fast if you're bulking. But for me, because the credit difference is not too significant, I'll just go with 2.0 right away. Now let's take a look at Seedance 2.0 mini, okay? 38 credits, super cheap compared to this.
Just for a second. Everything you're about to see, every frame of it, is not real. And they're the real.
It hallucinated.
And neither am I.
Okay, let's watch it again.
Don't scroll, just watch this for a second. Everything you're about to see, every frame of it, is not real. Enter the real.
See, it hallucinated. So this is my second Seedance 2.0 mini video that I generated. So the first one hallucinated here as well. And the second one that I did also seemed to hallucinate, which means, guys, that there is a probability that it might be almost half in credits versus a 2.0, but there might be a chance where you might burn twice as much credits just to fix that part that hallucinate. Because I have generated so many Seedance 2.0 videos in the past, and I can tell you out of maybe 20 videos, full 1 minute videos that I generated with Seedance 2.0, maybe 3 of them would hallucinate. But in this case, 2 out of 2 tests hallucinate. I have no idea if this is going to continue. So if you guys test it out, let me know how does the hallucination test goes with you guys, okay? So which one do you actually need? And the answer to this is it really depends on your tolerance level, on your expectations and what you really want to achieve, right? Because that's the whole point of having multiple models. If you are generating single scenes, talking avatar, podcasts, UGC, holding a product and stuff like that, Kling 3.0 is your best bet because it's cost effective and you can generate this not even at 4K, but even at 1080p, and you can mass produce this like crazy while saving your credits, okay? But if you want to create things that can produce you money, maybe you're selling this as a service, maybe it's ads like what I showed you guys earlier, maybe you want that kind of cinematic effects or really cool creative transition that you can't achieve in real life, right? And identity lock across every single shot with just one reference image, Seedance 2.0 is your best bet. Which version? You either go 2.0, which is the most expensive, or now you can just play around with Mini, right? And see which one suits your budget and which one works for you, okay? But honestly, cost effectiveness plus high resolution, even up to 4K, Kling 3.0 would win in this case, okay? And if you're okay with not the maximum quality, and maybe you might want to use this for creative animation or a storybook or any of that kind of stuff where it doesn't have to be hyper realistic and it's cheap in terms of quality and fast, I think this is where Seedance 2.0 Mini actually sits in. So bottom line is Seedance 2.0 Mini is really cost effective. It's really good for the cost that we are giving out. And if you can accept certain parts not to be hyper realistic, it is actually a very good model to use. I hope you guys found this valuable. That's pretty much it. Let's go.